Well, hey everyone. Welcome to Pontypool. I mean, the Lovecraft Easing live Thursday night, late night episode. So hope you guys are having a good week. Tomorrow is Friday, which is good news for all of you folks who work Monday through Friday, like my wife. And next Thursday, I guess, is the 30th, so that would be the last Thursday night episode before Halloween. So I don't know, Alan, if you want to join me on that one, and maybe a few others, we can make that next Thursday extra special late night Halloween show before Halloween. If you're watching this for the first time, I do this every Thursday night. It's kind of a side podcast, side episodes to the main Sunday podcast. And yeah. So if my headphones look funny, it's because I think Monty knocked this probably Monty, but I suppose I shouldn't assume. I'm gonna have to. I just noticed it, so I'm gonna have to Logan fix this for me tomorrow because I can't figure it out. So hey everyone, who do we got here? Kelly, Alan, Kim. How's it going? How you doing? Um, yeah. So the annual Halloween podcast. We do this every year near Halloween, and we have the Thomas brothers, Jeff Thomas, Scott Thomas, join me, and we may have a few other people join as well. Who knows? You'll have to you'll have to tune in and see. And if you're not on the mailing list to get reminders about these or to get a heads up when I can't do one, um, you're not going to get spammed. There are two or three at most a week. If you sign up for that, then that link is in the show notes near the top. Couple, maybe a paragraph or so down, something like that. If you sign up for that, you'll stay in the loop. And of course, you can always just go straight to the Lovecraft Easing YouTube channel. And that first row, that first playlist will always tell you what's coming up in the next few days to a week. So anyway, yeah. Hey, thank you for being so patient with me. Had to miss the last couple of weeks for the most part. And I will be here on Tuesday. I will be here on Sunday. Um, back in the swing of things. I've been sick, which is not exactly news if you know anything about me. Thanks, Kim. Um, but also on top of that, I lost my cat. And the really bad news is, okay, so there were four kittens, and I love all my animals, don't get me wrong, but two of them, Scout and Peekaboo. Scout's a girl, Peekaboo's a boy. Just really, they're right up there with Jupiter. They really have with the indoor outdoor animals. I mean, I love you too, Monty, a lot. You're not an outside cat though. Just had a really have a really special place in my heart. And there are probably some people out there who would be like, it's just a cat. Well, then go away. Uh, my furry friends are my friends. They're my family. So, oh, almost 2 weeks ago, sometime between Saturday night and Sunday morning, Scout disappeared. And I have gone all over the neighborhood. I have set my alarm for 3 in the morning. I've gone out at various times. I've made signs and posted them because that's supposed to be a really good way with her picture, with my phone number in really large print. Um, I have done so much, and I don't have a clue still. Um, so I'm really upset about it. In some ways, it's worse than if you lose an animal to death. That's not fun either. That's happened a lot to our family, but at least you know that they're not suffering anymore, right? And thanks, thanks, Jakester. Thanks, Kim. And so then whoever's running the simulation, I guess, is playing a real cruel joke on me. Exactly a week later, Saturday night, now Peekaboo is missing, and he's been missing all week. And I mean, I was having a hard time functioning before, and then I just wish I would have brought him in. I don't know. My wife and I, we have Life 360, and they've got a sale on GPS, trackers for pets. So I've got one on the way for Jupiter. It cost me a whole $3.60. So at least if Jupiter goes somewhere, I'll be able to track him. I just wish I had done that. I'm real good here. I'm doing real good in this situation of closing the barn door after the horse escapes. So, um, I've spent money that I don't have on those signs and one or two other things, and nothing. Anyway, you did not tune in tonight to be depressed, but I just wanted to let you guys know this is why, this is what's going on, and I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know that these midweek episodes really help people get through the week. Um, People have told me that, and it's humbling, and I appreciate it. And I want to um, do whatever I can to help those who follow me and watch my shows. Um, so that's where I'm at, and all I can do is keep searching and hope that they turn up. So, um, Jakester, thanks for offering to help. I don't know that there's anything anyone can do. Um, it's amazing how many things in life come down to money, right? Money for the sign to, money for advice on this. You know, but I will tell you what, if someone said to me, Mike, you put $1,000 in my hand and I will give you your cats, I wouldn't even think about it, even if I had to go work a second job to make up that money. You know what I mean? I'd find it somehow. But anyway, that's what's going on. Thanks for being patient with me. Uh, Hi everyone. Frank, right? And Daniel, thank you. Um, Thanks. I really appreciate it. Um, so hey, it's almost Halloween, people. Let's see, 8 more days, right? Although this whole month is Halloween, right? Or the whole year is Halloween for people like us, right? You can't. It's over there on the other wall. I've got um Danielle bought this for me a long time ago. It's just a square sign that looks like a calendar, and it says October 31. So in other words, in the book house, it's Halloween every day of the year. So, and it's actually starting to cool down halfway, which means that on hot days it only gets to 80, 85 instead of 98. Um, so we're gonna have a great time on Sunday for the annual Halloween show. I hope you'll tune in live. If you can't tune in live, I hope you enjoy it later. And I think let's do something special next Thursday night too, because that's October 30th, the night before Halloween, obviously. Um, Beggar's Night. You know, where I'm from in Des Moines, that's actually trick or treat night for the kids. So I wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween growing up, but after I did turn 18 and left, I always felt like, excuse me, I always felt like because of that, it was Halloween for 2 days in a row in Des Moines. So, so anyway, let's see here. If you're not a Patreon, I could use the help. It starts at only $5 a month, and you get a hell of a lot of Patreon episodes for that. And at higher tiers, you get even more. Speaking of that, every Friday night, the Patreons at the $10 a month level end up, we get together on Zoom. It's not broadcast or recorded, and that's a lot of fun. And I'm going to try and experiment, not a Zoom chat, but a voice chat where basically it's a voice room that only, those patrons can access, and you can drop in anytime, see if anybody's on. I was inspired by this because my son does this. He's got friends, they've got their own voice chat room like this, and a lot of times he'll just be on, and then somebody might pop in, and then they chat, while they're gaming and stuff like that. So he's going to set that up for me. But I thought he inspired me, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. And if you're lonely and you can be like, I'll pop on and see if any of the panelists or Patreons are on right now. So, like I said, it's an experiment, just like the Tuesday and Thursday night episodes were an experiment. I didn't know if they were going to go well or not, but they did, and this might too. We'll just see how it goes. Yeah, I think it will be neat. Um, yeah. Oh, I like that. Like a treehouse. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking this more and more. Thanks, guys. Um, so expect me to throw that into the Patreon sometime in the next few days to a week. Um, so it's about the horror, it's about the weird fiction, it's about the cosmic horror, the movies, the stories, but it's also about the community, right? We're a community here, the easing community, a tribe of people who we're nice people, and we just, we you get to hang out with people that you have so much in common with, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, exactly, Kim. Just pop your head in and see who's in. If you're doing something on the computer anyway, you can just have it on, and if you want, and at some point somebody's going to pop in. So, all right. Well, with all of that said, I was thinking about something. When I go to bed at night, I mean every night, it's to me it's not just oh it's time to go to bed, boring, but for me it's also a time to explore. And what I mean by that is I'm sure I've mentioned this more than once, but every night when I go to bed, I listen to an audiobook or an audio drama, or I re-listen to episodes of horror or sci-fi, old-time radio, and there's just something about lying in a dark room. You're shut away from the world. The world is quiet, and you're just there. You're laying there in the dark, but in your mind, you're off in another world. Does that make sense? Um, Maybe I'm weird, but I really love it. And it all started with old time radio when I was a kid. And no, I'm old, but I'm not that old. Uh, I grew up in the 80s. We didn't have a TV. And I discovered one night that one of the local stations, KRNT AM, at 10:30, I believe it was 5 nights a week, but I might be misremembering. Anyway, almost every night at 10:30, they would play what they called the golden age of radio theater. You know, radio shows from the late 30s all through the 40s and early 50s, which that's what that was, that time period. And when television became popular, it kind of killed audio dramas and old time radio. Um, at the time. Now, of course, it's popular again because of the internet. But anyway, I discovered that, and man, I was in bed at 10:30 every night, and my parents didn't even know. I was afraid to tell them because I didn't want to be told that I couldn't do it. So what they would do is they would pick two episodes. Um, from 10:30 to 11:30, they'd play two episodes, and it might be X minus one, a sci-fi show, in the first time slot, and the second one it might be Fibber McGee and Molly comedy. The next night it might be a horror episode from Suspense, and the second time slot might be um, X minus one. That was a favorite of mine. Not X minus one. The Man Called X. X minus one was a favorite of mine, but that's sci-fi. The Man Called X was kind of a spy show about this guy named Ken Thurston, who's a spy, and his code name is X. And it was just, I loved it. I loved it, and that's how it all started for me. And I do it to this day. You know, Mystery Theater. I listen to that sometimes. That was another thing. Mystery Theater was on the radio uh, from 1974 to 1982, so I discovered that too. Um, and I really, really loved that. Sorry about that. It's probably a lot of noise. My ear itches. Damn. Anyway, actually, Danielle, I've converted her. She really loves listening to the Mystery Theater episodes. So, and it's nice that all of those are available for free on the internet. I can, get nostalgic and re-listen to some of them, really fairly often, actually. Um, yeah, that's where it all started, and that's where it's still going. Yeah, well, I get you could argue that you have that on the internet. Um, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. Um, I want to read a couple of. I'm probably going to read more of these on Sunday. But true, I was looking up. I don't know why my head itches. I was looking up some true Halloween related strange stories from the last, 25 years or so. That's my water, Monty. Greetings, Monty. I want to say hi to Monty. Wow. Your public awaits, Monty. You want to stay here? So I found a few. Um, the clown intruder. A few years ago, a person dressed as a clown broke into a camp cabin during Halloween night and stole cash and phones from children staying there. That's low. The intruder wore gloves and a full body costume, making it hard for authorities to identify him. The children noticed a disturbing scream during the incident, which made the experience especially terrifying for those involved. So I probably will have to put you down because I can't scroll down the screen. I love you, buddy. He's like, yeah, I'm a Halloween cat, guys. Oh, say hi to everyone. Okay, I'll let you down. There you go, buddy. Sorry. All right. Who, Monty? Yeah, he's an indoor cat. He doesn't, he got out a couple of weeks ago and I knew he wasn't going to go anywhere. He basically hid under the house in the book house for like a day until I could coax him out. But no, he's not a good outside cat. He's oh, you said he's definitely a cat to keep indoors. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Yes, he definitely is. You're right. Um, here's another creepy one. These people on the internet telling these stories. My best friend's parents were out of town one weekend. Happy Halloween, you guys, by the way. Best friend's parents were out of town one weekend and she had the house to herself. She went about her business having dinner, watching TV, and then decided to go to bed. She was lying in her bed with her back to her closet when she heard the closet door open. Wow. She somehow pretended to be asleep. The man who was hiding in the closet walked around her bed to the side that she was laying and facing, gently stroked her hair and her face, and then left. So lucky he didn't do more than that. God. Yeah, ooh is right. Ew. She immediately called her boyfriend to ask him to come over, then called her parents, and then the police. No, you call the police first, kid. Long story short, this man had been getting into their home via a doggy door. They did not have a dog and didn't bother to secure it. And he'd been living in a tent in the forest area behind their home for months to creep on her. They found a ton of surveillance footage of her sleeping and pieces of her clothing and stuff. This happened somewhere in Alabama, most likely in the mid 2000s. Jesus Christ. I don't understand people. Wow. Yeah, something about the true Halloween stories just makes it even creepier, right? Wow. Um, here's another one. Oh, wow. Halloween party turned into a nightmare after a guest under the influence of PCP attacked and killed three people with a butcher knife. Here's a good one. Good, as in creepy. Yeah, you know what, Kim? I hear you. Danielle and Logan are big fans of Criminal Minds, the TV show Criminal Minds. Sometimes I'll be in the living room while they're watching, and then like the bad guy will have kidnapped somebody and they're holding them prisoner or, killing them or whatever. And I just, yeah, I can't take it. But, and they can. It's funny because I can watch any, standard horror movie, but Danielle can't. So we're kind of the opposite. I never can understand how people can be that cruel. Even my horror fiction that I read, I'm not interested in reading about serial killers or stuff that could actually happen. I'm interested in reading about all the paranormal, supernatural stuff. I don't like serial killer movies, with the one exception of the Scream films. I like Scream for some reason. All right, this tale involves a person at home on Halloween answering the door to a very tall man in a clown mask late at night. The visitor was not a trick-or-treater, no kidding, and after being turned away, attempted to break in using a ladder found in the home's shed. The resident called 911 and left for safety, never knowing the man's true intent. Wow. Yeah, let's see what else we got here. Wow. Some of these are just sad. Just kids disappearing, shit like that. In 1974, Ronald O'Brien poisoned his 8-year-old son Timothy's Halloween candy with cyanide, hoping to collect life insurance money. What? Timothy died within hours, and the shocking crime has haunted parents ever since, fueling fears about tainted Halloween treats. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, yeah, Father of the Year, no doubt. Oh, and then I relooked. You remember all those mysterious clown sightings a few years ago? That was so eerie because it was true and it happened all over the country. The mysterious clown sightings of 2016 began in August when people across the United States started reporting encounters with individuals dressed as sinister clowns, lurking in unexpected locations, such as wooded areas near schools and in parking lots. These incidents quickly spread internationally, with reports surfacing in Canada, Australia, Ireland, the UK, and more countries as Halloween approached. The first notable sighting took place in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where photos of a clown wandering at night under a bridge went viral. This was later revealed to be a marketing stunt for a local horror film, Gags. Okay, excuse me. However, genuine clown encounters soon followed. Clown encounters, say that 5 times real fast. Particularly in Greenville County, South Carolina, where clowns were allegedly seen attempting to lure children into the woods with money or treats. Police investigated these claims, but no evidence of criminal intent was found. Yeah, it does, Kelly. The phenomenon grew rapidly, fueled by social media and sensational news coverage. Throughout September and October, sightings and rumors multiplied, with clowns chasing children, scaring neighborhoods, and sometimes brandishing weapons like knives or sticks. But I know there were also clowns that would just stand there, real creepy. Police in the US and UK received hundreds of clown-related calls, while schools and communities raised alerts. In some places, geez, parents began carrying firearms on Halloween out of fear the clowns would strike. There's a movie title for you, When Clowns Attack. No significant clown purge or mass attacks occurred, but the public fear was real and widespread, affecting both children and adults. Experts have compared the wave of clown scares, experts on what? To social contagion events like the Salem witch trials, noting that childhood fears and the influence of social media help spread the panic far beyond any actual threat. Yeah, damn. Social media was nuts during the Salem witch trials. Dad joke. The clown craze faded after Halloween and soon disappeared from headlines as other news took precedence. All right, there you go. What are you doing, Monty? And now you know the rest of the story. Holy crap, some of these are too sad to read. Wow. Anyway, I hope I've made your night with those readings. All right, Monty, that's not gonna work, dude. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to read something. I want to read the, if it ever will come up, the my short introduction to my Autumn Cthulhu anthology, because it's just basically I don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just read what I wrote back then. Yeah, Alan, remember there's a Sherlock Holmes story that starts with Holmes and Watson sitting around the fire talking about truth being stranger than fiction, and Holmes is telling him that it is, and Watson's like, no, real life is boring, and Holmes won the argument as he usually did. Okay, here we go. Drink water here. All right, Halloween 1977. 2 months previously, my family had moved from Texas to Iowa. I was 6 years old, used to hot Octobers and to Halloweens that still felt like summer. This was different. It was dusk. I exited our house and was completely unprepared by the scene that greeted me. Everywhere, costumed creatures roamed the neighborhood. A chill was in the air. Red and orange leaves whispered to me from the sidewalk, from the street. I could smell a wood fire. A cold, light rain was falling. It was beautiful and sad and mysterious and lonely, and I couldn't take my eyes off of it. A longing suddenly filled my heart, a feeling that I did not understand, but that somehow felt right. I knew that this was me. I think this was the moment that I became what Ray Bradbury called an autumn person, thinking only autumn thoughts. I fell in love with fall, with Halloween, and almost 40 years later, more than that now, God, almost 50 years now, that hasn't changed. Though I read voraciously throughout my childhood, this is just the rest of this is. Is it fall as you read this? Maybe, maybe not. But no matter the time of year, in my heart, it's always autumn and it's always raining. I'm guessing you feel the same way. Autumn is the best time of the year, as Lawrence Block wrote, but it's also the saddest because winter is coming. So yeah, Alan, exactly. I think that's how it starts. What in the name of all that's holy are you doing up there? Monty? Hey, hey, Hablo Inglés? Hey, dude, hang on a second. You're gonna knock all of my stuff off of there. You damage my word and you're going to the glue factory, dude. Not really. So um, yeah, Alan, let's do something special for everyone next Thursday night. Let's have 2 Halloween episodes this year. How's that sound? If you're available, and we'll see who else wants to do that. You know, this is also an excellent time of year. Speaking of going to bed and listening to audios, to get on YouTube and put on in one of those old Art Bell recordings, right? You just will not stay out of trouble. And that question, the appeal of comics, Alan, I've still got that in my notes. Maybe you saw it. Let's talk about that probably a week from Sunday on that show. So we didn't get to it last time. And I think I talked about. Hey, I did want to ask this. What do you guys have plans for Halloween? Wouldn't not you specifically, Alan, but everyone listening? Um, you gonna hand out candy on Halloween, or you gonna be sitting in the dark watching horror movies, or what's your plan? Yeah, I don't buy it, Frank, but I love to listen to it. You know what I mean? You'll be where it doesn't get observed by many. Where's that, Kelly? Oh yeah. You're lucky, Alan. You still got a kid to take trick or treating. Nice. Oh, I see what you're saying. New Zealand. I forgot you're in New Zealand. Is it nice? I hear it's nice. What else we got here? Well, I do want to say I'm gonna do some fun Halloween reading on Tuesday night coming up. Um, Kim says I'm going to never mind the news for one night. Um, you should. I do it every day. It's very relaxing. Yeah, okay, that'll work fine because on the following Sunday we don't have a guest scheduled on purpose. And then after that, we got Peter Klein's guys. That'll be good. Um, and then I have Josh Mallerman scheduled sometime soon. Oh, December 14th. There we go. So yeah. What else do we got? I think I'm gonna wrap up here. But if you have requests for what anything that you want us to cover on Sunday for the Halloween show, um, email me or comment below. That'd be best. I'll So why don't we have a holiday on the 30th of April? Well, some people do celebrate that. Hey, it's like headcanon. You can make up your own holidays, right? Kelly, what time is it in New Zealand right now? Is it midday or something? Let's see. I had a few other topics, but they don't really fit with what we were talking about tonight. So, oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, everybody. Again, thank you for being patient with me the last couple of weeks. I think just about everyone here is a patron, so thank you for that too. Um, the Thomas brothers and I and Alan, if he's around, and the others will see you Sunday at 6 Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you again next Tuesday night and next Thursday night. Spooky high five, Kim. And what else was I going to say? I don't know. I haven't given up hope. Please cross your fingers for me that somehow I get my kittens back. Um, the hardest part is I'm blaming myself for this. I should have. I just didn't think they've never wandered off in 9 months. I didn't think but I should have, instead of hoping for the best, I should have planned for the worst, and I didn't. And the other hardest part is wondering where are they at right now? Are they hungry and lonely and wishing they could find that nice guy that fed them and loved them? I don't know. I don't know. Cats do come back. I do know that. So anyway, yeah. Thanks everyone for all the kind words about it. Keep your fingers crossed and happy Halloween. And we'll see you on Sunday, okay?